Okay. Listen, I know I said I would stream all night. My voice is getting weak, and I need to be able to talk for tomorrow morning. Watch the Dylan talk he had. Sure, like me. Oh, this. I'll watch some of this. I can't speak much. I'm really paranoid my voice is going out right now. Maybe because
I was wondering.
Events I did yesterday? Hold on. Give me a timestamp on this. I'm not watching the whole 2 hours here. 1:13:03.
Put it into a different perspective and said, like, you know, basically put it in a much more positive light. Let's say that all of what you're saying is exactly the case.
Mm-hmm.
We still have to factor in what I mean. Maybe I'm like, yeah, but you know, like it's the the trip itself mixed with the rest of his presence on YouTube, Twitch, you know, just the internet in general, having to do with the Israeli-Palestine conflict. I mean, ask yourself this, okay? Like, why is it that Destiny and Lonerbox just they're can you name me people who are...
Wait, this was after the Hutch convo? He goes on, he has another 2-hour conversation after saying he was too tired to talk more? Or was this before? This must be before, right?
Taken seriously in the pro-Palestine movement. I'm talking about like scholars. I'm talking about journalists. I'm talking about
this is a couple days after.
Activists and whatnot. There's like show me people who like really like consider them an ally. They're always, I mean, especially Destiny is of course always the person who is vociferously debating these people. And so like, you know, these people
listen how like binary he has this, right? You're either an ally or you're an enemy, right? You're either allied with the Palestinian cause 100% or you're allied with the Israeli cause 100%. Like, really? There can't be criticisms of both sides, especially in this conflict? Seriously?
Are representative of the overall movement outside of Gaza itself. And so, like, I just think that really says something. There is, like, when both Tim Pool and Dave Rubin were saying that they were, like, totally left-wing, aside from 1,000 other reasons that you could refute it, you looked around and all of their you know, compadres were right-wing. And like the majority of the allies that someone...
You don't have to look to Dave Rubin's friends to prove that Dave Rubin became a shill fuck. You can just look at what Dave Rubin says.
Like Destiny has when it comes to the Israel conflict, or I don't...
Who are my ultra pro-Zionist friends? Do I have these people? What?
I call it a conflict, but just what's going on there. You know, these are...
Oh, Ethan Klein, I guess, because I ghostwrite all of his videos. Is that...
very pro-Israeli people or Israeli government people. And I don't know. I just like, I don't think you ever see a situation like that where someone is meaningfully on either a centrist or on the side that they, you know, a side that, and everyone, the majority of that side is just very opposed to so much of what they say.
What the fuck did he just say? What?
Get me? Because I'm sort of like at this point.
I know what you're saying. You're saying that the people of respectable, you know, credentials in the pro-Palestine movement, where are they saying on them? Like, why aren't they endorsing them? Why they don't seem to be behind them?
Exactly. And
well, my follow-up question would be, because like again, I'm more focusing on Loner, man. I know more about what's been going on Loner's stuff than I do about Destiny. So I'll just talk to Loner. Are there any pro-war or pro-continuation of all of this people that of like regard on the Israel side that think that Loner is like a valuable or a like knowledgeable or like he's a respectable person on it, like he's the person to go to? Because I mean, if I can't think of anybody.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the question?
If the problem is that there's, and I don't know all the Palestinians that have talked about Loner, so I can't say. But if the problem is that Loner doesn't have Palestinians like vouching for him as a voice for Palestine or a voice like good on this on the war, then the inverse of that would be: are there Israelis or like pro-war Israelis specifically? Because if you're an anti-war Israeli, it wouldn't really count. That believes that Lonerbox is a reliable source, a good source, and he's the guy to go to.
I believe so. Yes, I believe there are. When I see just
any names, like any specific.
No. But I take a very close look at the like people on Twitter and in the Destiny community who like, you know, a lot of there are so many accounts that don't use their names or whatnot, and they like spew just really dehumanizing filth, and that, you know, in like towards not Israelis. I'm sorry, like Palestinians and Muslims in general. And these people really are like in the tank for them. And fucking Dan Saltman is really like is
okay. He got me there. World-renowned Israeli-Palestinian and broader Middle Eastern scholar, well-known speaker on the subject, Dan Saltman. My bad. He is in our corner, true. Well-known friend of Lonerbox as well.
Like really extreme himself. There's all of these like really incredibly like, in my opinion, just.
I'm sure there's tons of terrible. I've seen how accounts act. Oh my god, the accounts of this war on Twitter is just hate to an astronomical level. But like when we're talking about like the Palestinians,
but these people, but these people. Let me say that a lot of these people are. Have you heard of like the Taliban or the Hezbollah Brigade? That's. No. The Hezbollah with D. Yeah. There's this group.
Yeah, Al Qaeda.
What? Oh, okay. I haven't heard that one. So, yeah. When I am talking about these people, so a great deal of these people are in, they're like in the Hezbollah Brigade. They are people like they're mods, which Dan Saltman made them mods for, the whatever the fuck the actual name of it is. And these are just like really racist people, and like the community is just filled with them. And I've talked with a lot of people online who are super like way more just really like we're gonna have to wrap this up soon because I'm kind of like
sure.
My ability to talk is kind of like just waning. But my point is that I talk to a lot of people.
What is the mental illness that like when you have to actually start to bring up examples or facts, you turn retarded? This is like the new hidden weapon. Fuck. I shouldn't watch this shit. I'm going to delete the VOD. Don't post this, August, because conservatives are going to take this as their new fucking secret weapon. Like, you're going to be chatting with some conservative, and he's going to be like, yeah, I think that Trump is doing a great job. It's like, what about the tariffs? Don't you think he's contradicting? They'll be like, well, and then slowly they're going to, like, open their shirt up, and they're going to have, like, a handicap thing hanging off their neck. Like, I can't, I got to go. I need to go. I got, and they're just going to walk off. Like, what the fuck? I can't argue with a retard. Fuck.
People who are, and when I say talk, I mean just have, like, little Twitter interactions, people who clearly are way to the right or just like even more lost in the sauce for Israel. And they look at Lonerbox, they'll say things like, oh, Lonerbox is the only pro-Palestinian account that isn't completely insane, that isn't completely captured by, the woke left, or they have different ways of putting it. So they definitely see Destiny.
I don't know if I've ever seen a DGG or say woke left, but I mean, they'll usually just be a combination of Arsler.
Based. Yeah,
well, there are a lot of people out there who really, because you probably like understand like people who loved Shoe on Head. There were tons of people who were like alt-righters that loved Shoe on Head when she was even more. I mean, I never really felt like she was substantially left wing, but even when she was more like forward facing.
I get your point. I get your point. Yeah. So when you ask me about the Palestinians where's the Palestinian like reputable like activists and such that are like pointing these people as sources, like. Why would the comparison be anonymous Twitter accounts and not like reputable pro-war Israelis or something? Why would because then it would just find like Twitter accounts.
I mean, again, like I think Yishai Fleischer looks at the two of them as an ally. I mean, maybe he's changed his mind about like Lonerbox at this point. But not only did they have all of those interactions, but I could be wrong.
So he doesn't see Lonerbox as an ally?
I think that overall, someone like him sees them as an ally in the sense that they kind of help bring people over to his point of view, and I'm not saying that let me sort of explain there.
It's just their position is pro-settler. He believes settlers can be shot. I don't know how you like wrap those things like around each other as an ally.
Because he didn't push back enough.
Let me ask you this: do you find it like? Did you have? I'm not saying that this is the only issue here, but did you have as much of a problem as I did with people like Destiny hanging out, having burgers with?
Why does he keep bringing me up, bro? I know that I'm your Voldemort, but Dylan is asking questions about Lonerbox. It's like all of these people have lost the ability to perceive anyone. They just perceive relationships to Destiny, or they perceive like my ghosts, like. What do you think about Lonerbox? Lonerbox. Does he do? Oh, the guy that used to do content with Destiny. Oh, that guy. Let me tell you, right? Or what do you think about Hassan? He's the guy that hates Destiny. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're like, is this really the only lens that you can view people through?
Nick Fuentes, actually, like fucking. I'm sorry if this is gonna, getting into. I mean, no, I'm not sorry.
He's jelly. You know he is.
They had sex?
No.
And he wouldn't say no. Come on, let's be real now.
Fucking Lauren Southern. I wouldn't usually be that like graphic, but I think that she's just like that. I mean, she's a fucking neo-Nazi. And
I was gonna make a joke that was way too edgy. Never mind.
It's just, I guess he didn't do
Is
that.
confirmed that he had intercourse with Lauren Southern?
Yeah, I think it shows something about him. I think it shows.
No, I didn't say. I said, is that confirmed? I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, it is confirmed. It is confirmed. They they had an affair.
He was there. He watched the
and did it. Like I wouldn't kind of blurt that out if it hadn't been confirmed. But
sure. Absolutely,
it's just like I believe that.
What does any of this have to do with fucking Lonerbox? That's the real question. what do we?
Like what Destiny did with. Oh, let's just keep it to fucking Nick Fuentes. Like basically by like hanging with him, laughing with him, fist bumping with him, all that, having burgers.
Let's look at Fuentes is like exploding in his career right now, right? America First is the crazy Graper movement that's so successful online. They have such a huge presence now, right? Like
on a sidewalk and kind of like laughing when he made anti-Semitic memes to passersby.
Shu is kind of an example. She votes left, but you let people label her alt-right for calling out the flops in her party. Bullshit. Shu Head votes left. She's probably voted for Bernie Sanders. I seriously doubt Shu Head voted for I bet she voted for Trump both times. 2020 and 2024. She might have voted Hillary in 2016, maybe.
Who didn't understand what the fuck he was talking about. I think that you are seriously defanging someone and kind of like laughing when he made anti-Semitic memes to passersby who didn't understand what the fuck he was talking about. I think that you are seriously defanging someone like Nick Fuentes. You're giving the like impression like, oh, this fucked up shit that they do, like it's not that big a deal. You can kind of like still like chill with these people and I think that is maybe if like he was to like speak about Nick, maybe he would in one instance or another say like, I only did it for this reason or whatever. But I don't know, that coincided with the internet embracing him so much more, and that's what this guy wants. This guy wants to like put forward a face to the world that they're not that unreasonable. You can hang out with them and just like, just shoot the shit and like take like selfies and whatnot. It's just.
You think Destiny's intention was to make Nick Fuentes' beliefs seem not unreasonable?
I don't know if that was his intention or not, but I think that
this is like the most mentally raped like mindset. This is not a serious person. Why am I even watching this? I don't even know what we should be watching. You seriously have to sit. I'm having a Mr. Girl moment when he talks to people. You seriously have to sit here and consider, was Destiny trying intentionally to elevate Nick Fuentes and make him a larger political figure? Like, the fact that you have to sit there and contemplate that, like, I have like 15, 16 years of content online. The only reason I come off as mysterious to people, or the only reason people spend so much time trying to guess my motivators, is because you don't just like watch it and listen to like what's obviously in front of you. I invite so much crazy conspiratorial shit. Like, so much of my life is streamed and so much of my unstreamed life is now on the internet. Like, there's not really much going on that is like, oh my God, like we figured out that this person's like a secret fucking, trying to support fucking the Nazi movement, or he's got his card and he's trying to build up America First, whatever. Like,
I mean, I'm saying that that the effect of the overall effect of the hangouts that he would have with him kind of just makes him look like his problems, or just the really horrible things about him.
Like, I also debated a lot. Like, why do they never call me a secret communist? Because I debated Peter Coffin and him and a whole bunch of leftists as well, right? So if I'm platforming those people, shouldn't that make me like a secret socialist as well? Why does it only go one way?
Look, ultimately innocuous. He ends up being someone that, like, can, in spite of all his weird hangups, you can party with him, and I think that's really socially destructive. So I think it's a little similar.
I think we're a bit off from Loner, but if I remember correctly, Destiny's belief is that he likes talking to quote unquote interesting people, and he doesn't like restrictions on quote unquote talking to interesting people because he finds it interesting. He likes to talk and debate.
True, but I'm also debating him the whole time as well, right?
Stuff like that, and I think that probably he believed that he could debate Nick Fuentes, and by talking to him in that manner, eating dinner with him in these environments, he could maybe, I don't know if he thought he could change his mind, or he thought he would just like make those beliefs look bad, but I certainly think that he was friendly during the endeavor. They did have a falling out, though, and I think that they really hate each other now. I don't really know for sure, though.
And Destiny still does it with other people. He did it with what's his face? He's a really, like, I'm sorry,
Mr. Girl.
Almost never use this term, but this guy's like a piece of shit, and he.
Wow. Piece of shit. Ooh, he almost never uses that term. Okay, bringing out the big boy insults.
He's like a Nazi, but just a truly ugly dude. He used to be. He had this. He's like a Nazi, but just a truly ugly dude. He used to be. He had this comedy show called Million.
Sam Hyde? Have I talked to Sam Hyde once or twice on stream? What?
He had this comedy show called $1 Million Extreme. He
is this
like
Sam Hyde?
Sam Hyde. He hung out with Sam Hyde.
Have I ever seen Sam in person before? I don't think I've ever seen Sam Hyde in person ever.
From my understanding, he later acknowledged that he was a neo-Nazi. Maybe they don't hang out now, but there's a lot of characters that he like hangs out with. And sure,
What about all the leftists? You know, there's like a whole bunch of real life video footage of me hanging out, and I don't even barely debate this guy when we hang out. An extremist terrorist supporter guy. Why don't I get credit for this? Fuck, where's my... Are these videos wiped from the internet? What is this soy face? What the fuck? Where are my teeth? Oh, look at all these extremists I'm hanging out with. Why don't I ever get credit for these extremists? Why can't I be a secret socialist?
I'm positive Destiny has reasons that he'll put out there for it, but I just I don't think that it really Destiny has said that like Nick Fuentes, that he like resurrected his career, and yeah, so I think he did something.
That's
really
he said that he brought back Nick Fuentes.
Yes. There's a.
Pretty sure what I said was, I'm surprised that Nick was willing to torch our relationship for some stupid Kanye West shit, because I was probably the only person that'd be willing to talk to him. I don't think I resurrected his career. I'm pretty sure, didn't Nick already have his big AFPAC conference before we had our in-person debate? I think.
Clip out there where he says that, and I think it's undeniable that he did that with Lauren Southern too, and she really didn't meaningfully change. She said.
I don't think Lauren's career ever came back since she got married. When did I resurrect Lauren's career? Wait, what the fuck? What?
Still believes all.
Did he bring back her career?
Yeah,
what career does she have?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What career did she have?
I mean, what career does she have now? Like, what career does she have?
Oh well, she has once again kind of like just. It was after that. Maybe you heard about the.
Yeah, I heard about it. I heard about it. You don't.
Yeah. So she's out.
Wait, are they talking about Tenet or are they talking about something else?
Like, I'm assuming it has to do with that she just kind of like got out of the public eye once again, but he got her back on the map, and she was doing the rounds on like.
Is he talking about our covert ops hangouts, or
she's out? Like, I'm assuming it has to do with that she just kind of like got out of the public eye once again, but he got her back on the map, and she was doing the rounds on like.
I got her on the map in where? What is this guy talking about?
Cast and
on what cast?
On the map, and she was doing the rounds on like Timcast.
Bro, the reason why I was getting on Timcast on these times is because Lauren was connecting me with these people. She's friends with all of these people. You know that there is like a world. Wait, what do you call that? What do you call the? Fuck. There's a name for like the test, like penchants or pebbles or some test, bell chants or bell charts test. What am I thinking of? Where like, do you have a movie where two women talk to each other and it's not about a man? Does anybody know what this is called? Blutchants, blatchants. What am I thinking of? Is it Bechdel test or Bechdel? I feel like this test needs to be applied. Can you talk about another content creator for more than 2 minutes without actually bringing up Destiny? Is it possible? Are you able to talk about any content creator and not bring up Destiny? Can you do it?
He got her back on the map, and she was doing the rounds on like Timcast and all the. She was on your show as well? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
She went on Hippy Dippy. She was very whiny, honestly, because she booked to be on it.
Did I make Dylan put her on the show? Then this is where Dylan's like, I've got Games with Destiny. He's like, please.
And then last second, like a week out, she says, I didn't do enough research. I don't want to come on. And it rubbed me the wrong way because I was like, why would you agree to something? You're not going to do the research. And then I go on and I do the show and I'm doing it like normal. And Counterpoints, I don't know if you're familiar with them, Counterpoints. He starts without my ask. He starts messaging like, why are you not here? You said you'd be here, XYZ. Then she comes on and then she starts gracing us with her presence, basically like treating like her being there was like a gift. And I don't know, the whole time she was just whiny about it. I don't know why she was so whiny.
She's a whiny person. Her and Counterpoints seem to be pretty tight. And like I don't think it's necessarily that bad that you had her on Hippy Dippy, because actually that to me that's fine, because you always have you would have had a decent amount of people there who were going at her throat, and that's really.
I didn't say that you were paid by the ADF. I said I thought you did pay for your Israeli propaganda tour on your own dime, but that it's insanely understandable for randos to see some of the garbage you created, like the mutual dick-sucking session you had with Elon Levy below, and assume you were paid, because that's precisely the kind of product one would expect Israel to gladly pay for. We can chat, but it'll have to be down the line. Please don't release any more unconsenting recorded revenge porn before we get a chance to talk. That'd be a shame. The only revenge porn that I'm about to create is the conversation that I have with this guy, if he ever agrees to actually do it, which he won't. But
don't worry, Destiny was there to push back.
Good. True.
Like in a debate format, I think it's okay. Like, I don't want to say that, like, I don't think any of these people should be like challenged in any way whatsoever. I mean, I suppose that there are some people that, like, maybe we I would be fine, like, I don't know, child molesters and stuff. Like, I wouldn't want them to have a platform. And I know you have an extremely anti-child molester stance. So, although funny enough,
I have yet to be convinced of the alternative.
I imagine that Destiny may not have known about this, but Sam Hyde, he has some problems in that. But I'm kind of kidding here. It is true that he does, but I wouldn't fault Destiny for not getting into that. Anyway, I'm pretty tired. I just want to say a couple of other things, and why don't I say like one last thing, then you say one last thing, and
sure.
Just do. Okay, so I guess like one last thought that I wanted to throw out there is that there is right now all of this hysteria, in my opinion, over Hassan, but a great deal of other content creators. You can take Hassan completely out of it. And the charges are these people are just, kind of just kicking up a lot of anti-Semitism. And I think like the overwhelming majority of these claims are absolutely baseless. And I think a lot of the people who make them honestly know it, but that's a whole other thing.
It's baseless to assume that a man who is showing videos of terrorists and celebrating their terrorism and openly supporting it, it's insane to assume that guy might be anti-Semitic. But it's fair to assume that Destiny was 100% paid by the IDF to do a trip to Israel.
And to me, it's like pretty amazing that that all these charges are made, and so much there's so much talk of all this. Where at the same time, people like Destiny have had as we were just talking, has played such a huge role with chilling with people like Nick Fuentes, and also just I could probably name like others, but it's just I feel like there's a huge double standard there. I don't think that Destiny should be deplatformed or should be pay any penalty for hanging with these people that that I think are incredibly problematic, and people who are more meaningfully anti-Semitic than these other people that Hassan, for instance, gets blamed for supposedly just spreading them as a man. My brain is really short-circuiting now. But yeah, so I think that there's a big double standard there. And then the last thing that I just wanted to say, other than thank you for having me here, is that just one final thing with Lonerbox. I'll send you that video. I think it's representative of a good argument or a good collection of arguments as to some of the things that I've said. But really, the one thing that I came here to say, talk about, was their trip to Israel. And it's just like when you have, in my opinion, when you have conversations like he had with Elon Levy and whatnot, and you are connected to something like that, and people will see that and just man.
He's also doing that one fallacy. I haven't found a way to make this concise yet. He's doing the thing where he's saying, this is a common trap. This is why somebody might think this, or this is a common thing that I can understand why somebody thinks. But he's not actually. He's saying when you give an explanation like that, the assumption is that it's a bad explanation, but then he actually believes it, right? Like, imagine if I were to come and say, I've done this a million times. I wish I had a more concise way to say this, but I say when you look at the recordings of the guys on the moon, and you kind of see how the video footage of them going down, you can see why somebody would think that it was a conspiracy. And somebody's like, oh, okay, I guess, yeah. And the guy's like, yeah, I think it's a conspiracy. And it's like, wait, the way you just explained it, you made it sound like you understood why that was a bad explanation, and you explained why somebody might believe in that bad explanation, but you actually believe the explanation. So it's kind of weird the way you're framing that,
this is how I get when I'm really when I really get tired. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, you know what? I guess I'm making a version of an argument that I already made before. I had a couple other things to say, but I think I need to know kind of like to cut off when I need to. So I'm just going to like you can say a couple things and I'll answer, but I should get going in a sec.
Sure. No worries. I don't need to keep you all night.
I've reached my limit.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I'll try to make it short. And I got to still cover the Polish elections that are coming soon. So I got to do a whole segment breaking down all the candidates for our audience that doesn't know them. So I can't answer for a lot of this Destiny stuff. I mean, some of it I do know, like the Nick Fuentes old stuff, but I didn't know the Lawrence Southern stuff. But I mean, more so the conversations he's had recently, because I just haven't watched them, right? What I have watched more of is Lonerbox's coverage. And I also do know, I do see Lonerbox's chat, and I gotta be honest, you can say whatever you want about like the anonymous accounts on Twitter or the Taliban, but I don't see any dehumanization of Muslims or Palestinians from Lonerbox's community. I go in that chat quite frequently, and I would say that while there's people in there that will say things I disagree with, I'll go in there and some of them will burn me for some of the things that I will say. But I don't think it's a community that engages in a lot of dehumanization. And as far as I know, when I see somebody do that, Lonerbox is pretty quick to like jump on top of it. And
I've never seen. I mean, first of all, you know, he has I believe some Lebanese. Am I wrong about that?
He's Lebanese, yes.
Yes. I've never seen him, like, I don't know, maybe there's like some like meme shit where he's like engaging in something like that in sort of like a like dark joking kind of way, but I don't think he would ever actually like do that himself. I'm saying, like, I mean, you know that there's still like a great deal of the Destiny community is part of his community. It's not like they
part
just
of mine. I probably still got like 10% or 15% in there somewhere.
Yeah, and I mean, all I can tell you is that there are just tons of people that I end up talking to who, I have like little Twitter interactions with nobodies who talk to me. And there's just, and also when I go on like Reddit pages and whatnot, I will see just a great deal of people who are extremely pro-Zionist, who just, and not only like Zionist, but people who are just on what I would regard as on the extreme of all that, who just talk about Destiny and Lonerbox pretty favorably. And maybe sometimes you'll see them say like, yeah, like they're...
What is this? Is like, I know that these people have bad positions because when I go online and I look at Twitter, there are 0 follower accounts that say bad things. And I see also sometimes that these 0 follower accounts tend to follow Destiny or Lonerbox. So why not just analyze a position and say what you disagree with? Wouldn't that just be so much better if you were capable of doing that? Like, what the fuck? What a wild chain of causality here. Holy shit.
Do you think this is substantive based on positions or substantive based on parasocial relationships? And I think this is something you probably should have talked about earlier, because streaming is a little bit different than this isn't like an academic setting where you're like, I hate that guy because he just made that academic argument in favor of this horrible thing. People get to know these people as like friends and stuff. And since he's hanging out with Destiny, these people see Loner, they get to know Loner, they get to like know like him, all his little quirks and stuff that he does or whatever, and they get to like him. And I don't know if I would be interested in seeing them say like, man, I like Lonerbox because he believes that Israel deserves to take this percentage of the West Bank, or I think Loner's position is good because he believes that Israel owns Judea and Samaria, or that would be something that I think would be a substantive thing we could like tangle with.
I should have really just left my criticism of all this at because the thing is like
Destiny bad.
I came into this thinking like that I would just say like I'm sorry, like
it's okay, you don't need to apologize, just you can be silent for 10 seconds, I'll survive, man.
Yeah.
Okay.